update and news of a OnePlus 8T Ultra. Before we get started though, please like the video if you're a fan of OnePlus and let me know in the comments what device you're watching the video on. But the first story of the day for the OnePlus 8T is from CEO Pete Lau, who says the OnePlus 8T is going to be lag-free for at least 3 years. Well, he didn't directly say this, they're referring to the OnePlus 8T as a flagship smartphone, and in a reply on Weibo he stated that if he was to give a definition to flagship, then it must be smooth for at least 3 years. This sort of implies that we're also going to be getting at least 3 years of updates on the OnePlus 8T. To be fair to OnePlus, they do tend to keep their firmware very updated, with the OnePlus 3T being updated until the end of 2019, and even the OnePlus 5 has seen updates to its firmware just a few months ago. Next up, we've got the confirmation of the launch of the OnePlus 8T, and this is of course the 14th of October. On their official website, we've got a new teaser that's appeared with confirmation of the official launch, and while not much of it is focused on the smartphone itself, we do get a glimpse of the OnePlus 8T about the 18-second mark of the video, and this also confirms to us that we're going to get a flat display on the OnePlus 8T. While some people prefer the premium look of a curve, it does come with its annoyances, and this flat display is a 120Hz AMOLED screen, so it's still going to look very premium. While OnePlus haven't given any hints on the price yet, we have had a couple of leaks for the OnePlus 8T pricing strategy for both Europe and the USA. There's been a couple of leaks so far, so we're going to cover them both. First up, we've got this tweet from Ishan Agarwal via an Amazon leak, and I'm actually a little surprised that he's posted this. He gives the specs and even the colour choices of the aquamarine green and the lunar silver. But for the pricing, he has the 8GB RAM with 128 storage for €599 and the 12GB of RAM for $699. Now for the USA users, this is also going to equate to $599 and $699. While these prices would be great if they were true, they have to be complete nonsense given that in Europe, the OnePlus 8 is already €649 for the 8GB RAM 128 storage, so there's just no way its successor is going to be $50 cheaper. We did have a source on Weibo as well as Chun on Twitter quoting prices of €799 for the 8 128 version, which is also going to be around $799. He also says for the 12 256 version is €899, so again that's going to be $900. He states that the source is confident, and to be honest, these are the prices that I would be expecting. There's some good hardware inside the OnePlus 8T, and while we do get good value for money from OnePlus, they're also growing in popularity and different markets, which does unfortunately bring a small price increase with it. Finally, we've got the news of a OnePlus 8T Ultra. As I said previously, we're only expecting one model of the OnePlus 8T, but now there are many saying there's an Ultra. The teaser that OnePlus released for the OnePlus 8T was actually titled OnePlus 8T Ultra Stops at Nothing, and this slogan was used again within the clip at 26 seconds. Now people are thinking that there's going to be a OnePlus 8T Ultra instead of the OnePlus 8T Pro, but I don't think this is the case. Many leakers are pretty sure that there's only going to be one model, so I think they may refer to it as the OnePlus 8T Ultra instead of just the OnePlus 8T. They've got the Nord at the lower end of the market already, so they want to be distinguishing the flagship even further, but this does seem like a bit of a shot in the dark at the moment, so we'll ignore it until we get some further proof. With launch set for the 14th of October though, it's not long until we get the confirmation from OnePlus themselves, but for those of you out there that want a detailed look, we're going to run through the full specs, design and pricing for the upcoming OnePlus 8T. For my regular viewers, you guys have seen this bit, so just jump to the next video, but if you're new here, then hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. The OnePlus 8T is a full-screen smartphone looking very similar to its predecessor. On the front, we've got a 6.55-inch 120Hz AMOLED display with a resolution of 2400 by 1080, giving us an 89% screen-to-body ratio and 402 pixels per inch. The display offers a 20:9 aspect ratio, supports HDR10+, and while not confirmed by OnePlus, we're expecting the use of Gorilla Glass 6. The selfie camera is of course a punch-hole selfie camera in the top left of the display, and they've chosen to go with a 32 megapixel sensor, although the exact model is still unknown. Interestingly enough, we can see they've opted for a flat display on the OnePlus 8T, which is going to be a welcomed addition for those of you that just don't get on with curved displays. We've got a curved back glass panel on the back that leads to the rectangular camera module housing a quad camera setup and an LED flash. The ONEPLUS 8T provides a 48 megapixel primary camera, a 16 megapixel ultra-wide, a 5 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel portrait. It's got phase detect autofocus, optical image stabilization, and it can shoot 4K video at 60 frames a second. The phone's going to be powered by the latest Snapdragon 865 Plus, giving it performance and efficiency boost over its predecessor, and it's going to come with 8GB of RAM and 128 storage, or for those that want a little bit more, we get 12GB of RAM and 256 storage. With a whopping 4,500 mAh battery, the ONEPLUS 8T is easily going to last the day. When it comes to charging, we've got a 65 watt walk charge using wires and a 30 watt charge wirelessly. The ONEPLUS 8T is shipping with Oxygen OS 11 based on Android 11, and like all of the models before it, they have taken steps to make the phone waterproof, but there's no official IP rating. The phone's expected to launch for $950 in October, providing there are no further issues with the recent outbreak, but when it comes to colour choices, we also have no info leaked. Of course, as soon as we hear something, I'll be updating you guys straight away, but as always, I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments. Who out there is waiting for the ONEPLUS 8T, and do you think there will be a separate ONEPLUS 8T Ultra? But thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, smash a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down twice, and I'll see you guys in the next one.